relaxation. For today's meditation, I want to suggest that you actually lie down if possible. You'll physically feel better. You'll be able to engage the meditation in a better way. So yeah, if you can do that. If you can't lie down, right, because you're at work or somewhere, right? Although I don't know that many of us are back in the public yet. But anyway, for some reason you couldn't do that. You can be seated, and I will guide you, just give you some mental images to engage in so that you can follow along. All right. So today I want us to do a tension and release exercise. Sorry, just one more thing. When we do a tension and release exercise, we're literally tensing all of our muscles and then releasing them. But it's called a progressive muscle relaxation. So we're going to go kind of area by area of the body. If you have any kind of injuries or areas of aches and pains in whatever body part we're focusing on, don't do it. Don't strain yourself or tense, just a little bit, as opposed to kind of tensing like full force, right? Remember that this is intention. This is a matter of kind of putting our minds and our thoughts right into behind the action that we're performing. And so our intention and our visualization is the most powerful tool. The reason why tension and release exercises work is because it's creating that contradiction. So as we experience, right, the tension in our muscles, and then as we experience the release and the relaxation, it's almost like our body noticing, one, when are you tense? And then two, more importantly, what does it feel like to be relaxed? So that as you move throughout your day, right, you can notice that relaxation response or in your muscles and in your body. And you'll be alerted to when you've left or separated from that relaxation response. And then hopefully, right, you're learning exercises. You're learning about things that you can do to kind of get back to that state of relaxation. All right. So I'm going to have us start. Like I said, if it's possible for you to lie on the floor, that would be ideal. If that's not possible, then you'll want to sit down. I always will encourage that people close their eyes. Again, you need to do what is most comfortable for you. So if you don't feel good closing your eyes, then I would at least recommend that you cast your eyes downward or focus on something specific. Just because visual distractions, they'll move us out of whatever meditative space that we're trying to engage. And as always, meditation starts with our breath. So I'm going to invite you all to take in deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth or nose, whatever feels best for you. And just start to get still. Start to get comfortable. Maybe you're still physically getting set, placing things under your knees, your back. Maybe you're already physically in the position that you wish to be in. But you're getting your body comfortable. You're getting used to the space that you're in. So with your breath and your inhalation, I want you to imagine that every time you inhale, you're taking in a sense of peacefulness, a sense of calm and tranquility. And every time you exhale, you're releasing stress, tension, worry, anything that doesn't serve you. So imagine as you inhale, that breath, that inhalation can get even deeper and fuller. And that as you exhale, you can push away and push out even more of what you don't need, even more of what doesn't seem to serve you. Again, as you're inhaling, taking in a sense of peace, a sense of calm and tranquility. As you're exhaling out, releasing any stress, tension, worry, anything that doesn't serve you. Now see if in this next breath, if you can make that breath even bigger. You even feel like you're breathing with your whole body, taking in the sense of peace, a sense of calm. With your exhalation, releasing even more stress, even more tension, releasing any little bits of pain or worry. With your next breath, let's see if you can make that breath be even deeper, even fuller, kind of encompassing even more of your body. Again, taking in a deep sense of peace and calm with your breath and your inhalation. Releasing stress, releasing tension with your exhalation. And we'll do one more breath like this before we move into the guided portion, the imagery for this meditation. So take in a big, deep breath. Imagine that if your whole body could breathe at the same time. Every cell, every organ, every piece of tissue, every muscle could take in oxygen all at once. And imagine that as you exhale, every single part of your body, every cell, every tissue, every organ, every piece of skin, every part of your body could release all the tension and stress that it's experiencing all at once. With your next breath, as you're lying there, kind of prepped and getting ready to engage in this guided meditation, I want you to visualize a ball. Maybe even visualize the ball in your hand. Imagine actually kind of slightly opening your hand and feeling this ball, feeling its roundness. Maybe conceive of it as being like a stress ball, right? Those balls that we win or that are given away as swag. And so you can feel the roundness of the shape of the sphere, but you can also squeeze it. So allow your hand to open up, your fingers to encompass this ball. Maybe you can hear what it sounds like as you're squeezing it in your mind. Maybe you just have a sense of the pressure or the weight of the ball in your hand. Or maybe just in your mind's eye, maybe you just know that it's there. However you're experiencing it, it's perfect for you. Every time I refer to this ball, I'm going to have you interact with it in one of two ways. So at times, I'm going to ask you to imagine constricting and squeezing this ball. And then at times, I'm going to ask you to release it. So maybe imagine it almost falling out of your hand as you let go. Now, hopefully for this meditation, you'll be able to fully constrict every part of your body that we engage, even to the point of maybe looking a little silly or twisting or turning your face or your body. The more exaggerated that constriction and that tension and that squeezing can be, the more release your muscles in your body are going to feel or experience when you allow the muscles to release that tension. So I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to encourage you to look silly, right? to make faces, to move about. Even if someone's watching you, maybe they'll join you. All right. So like I said, we're going to use that image of a ball, of a squeeze ball, to mimic, to guide as we constrict and tighten parts of our body. So for some reason it's hard for you to constrict a certain part of your body, then just really rely on that image and imagine that muscle being like that ball that's constricting. So I'm going to have you bring your attention to the bottom of your feet. Really feel whatever part of your foot is maybe hitting the ground or the floor or the couch, wherever you are in whatever position you find yourself in. And with your mind, imagine that ball in your hand as you're focusing on your feet. And I want you to constrict every single muscle in your feet, right? Really pull your toes in, really arch the center of your foot. Make everything tight, 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 like that ball in your hand. And then release. Allow your hands to open up. Maybe you're almost allowing that ball to fall out of them. And maybe even coordinating your breath. With your next breath, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention up to your shins, your ankles, your calves. And as you inhale on your next breath, imagine tightening, tightening, tightening every single muscle, every single part of your skin, that space between your ankle, all the way to the top of your shins and to the top of your calves. And when you exhale, release. Imagine that your hands are open and that imaginary ball that you're squeezing just falls right out. Imagine that with every exhalation, with that stress and that tension, it just releases and falls right out. Just like this stress ball, this tension ball. With your next breath, I'm going to encourage you to bring your attention to the space around your knees, behind your knees, below your knees, maybe at the top of your hamstring, both in the front and the back of your leg. And with your inhalation and with your imagining or your imagination seeing this ball that you're squeezing, start to squeeze that space behind your knees, the lower parts of your hamstrings, the lower parts of your thighs, pulling in all of that tension. And when you're ready and you're ready to exhale, release. Feel that difference. Allow that space between your knees, your thighs, your hamstrings to relax. Not judging, not doing anything with this information, but just noticing how every single part of your body acts and reacts as you tense and release. With your next breath, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to your thigh and your hamstring. The majority of that muscle right above your knee, below your hips, kind of constricting this really large muscle. And as you inhale, and invite you to picture that stress ball, that image And with your inhalation, tense every single part of your leg, every single part of your thigh, your hamstring, maybe the lower parts of your legs are having to kind of be erect and stand out so that you can fully tense every part of your thigh. And with your exhalation, release. Again, imagining that you're opening your hands, that stress ball that you're holding can just fall right out. And so that you can release whatever stress, tension, worry, negative feelings or emotions you're experiencing or carrying in this part of your body. With your next breath, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to your hips, to your pelvis bone, to your butt, and all the muscles, skin, tendons, ligaments in this area. And this time, as you inhale and you create tension in this part of your body, maybe you'll squeeze your bottom together. So as you inhale, do that. Squeeze, and tighten every single part of your bottom, of your hips, of your pelvis, of your pubic bone. And when you feel ready, release with your exhalation and allow any stress, any tension that you're carrying in your hips, in your bottom, in your pelvis to just release, to just wash away, and to allow yourself to become acquainted with the differences of what it feels like to be holding stress and tension in this part of your body, and then to be able to release it. With your next breath, I'm going to invite you to bring attention to your lower stomach area, your lower back, all of the organs that are there in the lower parts of your abdomen, all of the muscles that make up your lower back. And when you feel ready with your inhalation, I invite you to breathe in and tense every single part of the bottom of your stomach, every single part of the bottom of your back, really isolating just the lower tummy. And when you feel ready, exhale and release. Allow the folds of your skin to go in whatever direction is natural for them. Allow the arch of your back to decrease as you lie back down on the ground and place your lower back down on the ground with your exhalation. Again, just with every muscle knowing that you can pick up, retrieve any physical sensation that you prefer at the end of this meditation. But for right now, just give yourself a few minutes to experience this extreme stress, this extreme tension, this extreme release, so that you can get to know what every single part of your body is like as you go through this tension and release exercise. With your next breath, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to the middle of your stomach, the middle of your back. And when you feel ready, I'm going to ask you to inhale and tense every single space behind your belly button all the way up below your ribs, the very center and core of your back. Again, tightening it in and pulling in every single part of the sides of your waist. And when you feel ready, take a big exhalation and release. Maybe you can even hear your breath as you release, and it's audible, it's dramatic. It's almost like you're catching your breath. Again, envisioning you opening your hands as you release that ball. With your next breath, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to that space above your ribs, the bottom of your chest, your lungs, starting to move to your upper back. And with your inhalation, I'm going to invite you to tighten. Tighten every single part of your chest, your lungs, your heart, that upper back. You're raising it up off the floor. And when you're ready to exhale, just release. And allowing your body to widen and soften and to lie back down even more easily onto the floor. Again, imagining releasing that ball, allowing that ball that you're tightening in your hand to roll out, fall out. Just bringing a little bit more relaxation to this part of your body. With your next breath, I'm going to invite you to tense every part of your chest, of your clavicle, your collarbone, the very top of your back, going towards your neck and your shoulders, maybe even going down into your arms. As you breathe in, imagine tensing every single part of your hand, your arm, your bicep, your shoulder, the top of your chest and your neck. And as you exhale, release. Release every little bit of stress, every little bit of tension that you're carrying in this part of your body. Allow your body to open up and relax. Allow the image of that ball to roll right out of your hands. With your next breath, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to your chin and your jawline. And this is where I really want to encourage you to tense your muscles in a way that you maybe almost look or feel silly. So as you breathe in, you're going to pull and tighten in every single part of your jaw. Imagine that you could flex your tongue and maybe you'll stick your tongue out of your mouth. Imagine tightening the very base of your neck. And when you're ready, release with your exhalation and relax. Allow the image of that ball to just fall straight out of your hand. With your next breath, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to your cheeks, to your ears, to that space behind your head as it starts to curve. And I want you to imagine tightening as you breathe in the inside of your ears, the inside of your cheeks, the base of your head and your skull. Again, tight, 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 and when you exhale, release. Allowing any stress or tension that's stored in this part of your face and your head to just relax and to run off and run away for a few minutes. With your next breath, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to the space behind your eyes, behind your eyebrows, around your temples, all the way up your forehead, and all the way to the crown of your head. With your inhalation, imagine constricting and tightening, just like you're doing with that ball. Every single part, maybe even pushing out your eyes, maybe even stressing your temples, imagining pushing in and tightening the space around your head. And when you feel ready, exhaling and release. Releasing every little bit of stress, every little bit of tension. Allowing your mind to feel free, with less tension, with less constriction. I'm going to invite you to just feel for a few minutes, lie there, and feel what it is for your entire body to be breathing. For all of your muscles to be awakened. If you want to stay in this position, you're welcome to continue on into meditation. If you want to get up and move about, I encourage you to do that very slowly, to just start to wiggle your toes and your fingertips. Maybe start to move around your ankles and your wrists. Maybe start to move the bottom parts of your legs and the bottom parts of your arms. Just slowly kind of rolling them on the floor or the ground. Slowly start to move up your thigh and move your legs and your hips, and even swaying them in a little bit of a figure eight. Start to move the center of your body, your stomach, your back. Again, almost like you're dancing or moving along the floor. Start to move your elbows, the space around your chest and your back and your shoulders, the upper parts of your arms. Again, swaying and moving about, just waking up those parts of your body. Start to maybe rotate your neck a little bit, moving your jaw, opening your mouth, maybe pushing out your cheeks a little bit. And as you get up to your eyes, allow your eyes to slightly open. And just taking your time, not rushing, enjoying this full body breath. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope that you'll continue to practice this meditation. It's something that you can always do in your bed as you're getting ready for a day, as you're trying to unwind. So join us next week, and be well, everyone. Have a great day.